Hey everyone, as always, Dylan Miller prospecting. Welcome to another Tuesday Night Gold Panning Fever, episode number 206, where tonight we're going to be going through some Andy K's Paydirt. This one right here, this bag right there. But this bag is off of eBay. Just did a review on him off his website, andykspaydirt.com. And today we're going to try out his eBay material, see if there's any difference. They're both the same price, and we're going to see if anything's different between the two. But before we do that, I need to catch up on chat. So let me do that. Let me see. Let me get this. There we go. Cockatoo Birdman, how are you today? Joey Brown, Weezin Geezer, thank you for being here and being a mod tonight. I appreciate it as always. Joey Brown, Music Man 69. How's it going, Andy? Been a while. How have you been doing? Haven't seen any Paydirt of yours in a while. Kristen, Michael Reed, thank you both for being here. I appreciate y'all both very much. Sean McClelland, HD Chevrolet, another one of my mods, thank you for being here. Metally Corrupted, how's it going? Thank you for joining as always. Those Left Behind. Stephen LeBlanc, put away all your stuff. I'm not going anywhere for a few minutes. David Stocks, I have those all the time. You don't know how many times I almost forget I even have a show. I didn't even get down here until 10 minutes before the show started because I was just brain farting all day. Michael Reed, Sean McClelland, Jason G, how's it going? Charles King, Brian McQuinn, thank you all for being here. Knights 880, how's it going, brother? Mike from the Gold Vlog, how are you doing? Swimming around in your little swimming pool of nuggets. I like, that was a good video. That was a good video. I like that video. Whiskey Lover, how's it going? And let me know, Whiskey, if you found anybody. If not, I might have one or two other people that will pay around there too, or info. Casey String, how are you today? Thank you for joining the show. Thank you everyone, in case even I missed somebody. Thank you for joining the show. Joe Ice, how's it going? Lurk away, lurk away. Steven Single-Handed Jewelry, how are you doing? John Gear, thank you for joining the show. All right, let me pop out chat while I have a break. Open up OBS so I can look at my own ugly mug and get everything done. Rocky Mountain, how's it going? There we go, live chat. Jason, how you been doing? Jason, by the way, Jason, how are you and your son doing? Did our favorite Paydirt seller? All right. Hello, Rocky Mountain Prospector. How you been doing? All right, I'm all caught up on chat. So yeah, today we're going to be going through some Andy K's. If we have time, I am going to dry up the gold, weigh it up, and give a ROI on it tonight, just to compare it, because I got a 70% ROI off his website, Paydirt. But off his website, he probably only pays like 2 or 3% in fees just from the credit card and the platform itself, where on eBay, it's like 15%. So I'll be curious to see if there's more gold, or less gold based off of which platform. So all good. That's awesome. Glad to hear that. How are you doing, Andy? Andy Casey, how have you been doing? It's been a while, probably a really long while. Hopefully you've been doing good. And everything's been doing good, and gold is down. Gold has decided to go down. I guess, everyone's starting to panic sell. I don't want to say panic sell, but I think a lot of people are trying to cash in right now. So all the small sellers are cashing in right now. The people like me are cashing in and, getting the price lower, but I'm almost 100% positive this weekend it is going to skyrocket really, really high, because that just means the people that have bigger pockets than me will be buying up all that gold now that it's lowered in price. So, no, I haven't got the car fixed. It's just getting, they're just doing a long list of everything that needs to be fixed. So, I have to go through it. I have to go through the list. I haven't done it yet and see which stuff I can fix and which stuff I need them to fix so that's cost effective. Like I could change out my brakes, but if there's only like a $50, $60 difference between them fixing it and me fixing it, and the 8 hours it's going to take me to do it as opposed to the 2 hours it's going to take them. So, I still got to go through it all, check it out. I still have to have them so I had them just do an inspection first for all the list of stuff, and they gave me a quote. I haven't looked at it yet. But I also need to have them go in and do an engine diagnostic, which that one's going to be the one that's, could be worrisome. So, but not yet. I'm pretty slow at stuff like that. Profit take, yeah. Special whatnot bag. Ooh, that sounds exciting. I am Zaxxon. How's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. Appreciate everyone who's here tonight. So I know I got some new gold nugget sales stuff up on my shelf. Just got a shipment in. Probably can't see it all because the other stuff's there, but I do have some more gold nugget sales on the shelf, so pretty happy about that. Always good to have gold nugget sales. I think I'm happy with most of the stuff on my shelf. There's a couple sus ones up there that I'm gonna have to worry about. So, mechanics are the worst. Yeah, I know. Especially ones that work on Jeeps. If they work on Jeeps, something's up. So, no, this is a good mechanic. He's like a family mechanic. He's not like one of the big shops or anything. So. Good reviews. Don't see any really bad reviews. Haven't ever used him before, but I'll have to see. I know the general stuff and I know how to fix some stuff, so we'll have to see. What's up? Wrenches, repair, and prospecting. How are you, brother? How you been doing? Are you all back from your trip and found a whole bunch of gold, hopefully? In other news, my 0% guaranteed ROI Paydirt is nearly gone. Get them while they're not sent. And that's the one with zero dirt, too. Isn't it the one where you just mentally send it to them? It's that dirt that you just pan in your mind. So it depends on how much gold you want is how much you'll find. And no worries, Andy. No worries. I know how it is. Like I said earlier in the show, I have a hard time making my own show sometimes. And I don't wake up at 4 a.m. So, all right, hold on. Have to text Liz, because she's not listening to the show, so she doesn't know I'm on a live show right now. So, tell her I'm doing a live show. Yeah, there. Shane Brethero, how's it going? Hopefully you've been doing well as well. So, but yeah, I have to say about this Andy K's Paydirt. I mean, the review, I was actually pretty impressed. They've been on eBay for years and years, and I've seen their Paydirt, and just with that no guarantee, you're like, yeah. And one of the things that always kind of swayed me away from buying Andy K's was how it's very dated. His description, like I remember the last time I looked, it was like 2024 probably, or that I looked at his Paydirt, and the description is like, oh yeah, this is our fresh dirt from 2022, and you're like, well, that means you haven't changed your description in 2 years. It's not really fresh if it's from 2022. And even this year, I mean, it's almost 2026, and he says it's fresh Paydirt from dirt from 2024. But I have to say, I'm pretty impressed that, a $40 bag had 70% ROI. It's not the highest or best ROI I've ever seen, but not bad for an eBay seller. It's not on eBay though. It is on his own website. So we'll just have to see, the eBay bag. I'm be curious. I mean, he's got 100% feedback, but and I will put a disclaimer in there, even though I'm saying he has 100% feedback on eBay, there are lots of ways to manipulate eBay. Power sellers, people that sell a lot on eBay. I actually, had bought some Paydirt from Golden Paydirt, and it wasn't a review. I just bought it just to pan it out so I could leave them a negative review. And I left them a negative review, and it was removed. And the reason for removal was because I was competition. That's what they said. eBay said I was competition of another seller on eBay, and I'm not. So, but eBay will tend to listen to whoever they think will make them the most money. So, absolutely, your imagination is the limit. I know that's the best Paydirt. You send that mental Paydirt, you be panning like, man, look at all these wow nuggets. I got all these nuggets for $100, and then you can repan it every day. So, Alan Curie, how are you today? Thank you for joining the show, especially this very late at night. I appreciate it. Asakura Mining and Prospecting, how's it going? And sorry, I know I'm butchering that up. Still lingering cold, so my voice isn't 100%. 1,005 all negative, but yeah. I do love that. I used to love that where I don't think you can do it anymore, but I used to love on eBay where once somebody got so much negative feedback, they would just make their feedback private. And it was like, what? Like, that just doesn't make sense that, like once somebody sucks so bad, you allow them to make their feedback, private so you can't see it unless you buy something. And then once you buy it, you could see it and it's like, oh, wow, I just bought something from somebody with 1,005 negative feedback. It's absolutely, eBay is just absolutely crazy, both for buyers and sellers. I mean, I do sell on eBay, just not Paydirt stuff. And I've had people, make false claims and stuff. And it's just like, I saw one the other day, where somebody sold something and it was £5 and they claimed that the box was empty, but you could see that FedEx had scanned it and the scan showed 4.6 pounds. So it's like they scanned it in FedEx. So they verified it was, had weight in it. So, but he still lost. The guy still lost. eBay still sided with the person with the empty box. So, but yeah, so hopefully today, and again, the wheel is back. So during the live, once we start panning, I will have my mods or ask my mods to drop the hidden link. And if you guys want to ask them too as well, we do have the wheel up again today, 50 prizes. I did put one bag of Paydirt on there. So there's a 1 in 50 chance of winning a bag of Paydirt tonight. It's not the most loaded bag of Paydirt. It's only got 0.15 grams of gold, but it's free. It's free. All you have to do is be watching the show and post a link. When the link is posted, go leave a comment. So, is it good to buy gold ore and crush it down? Probably not. Probably not. The one thing is, when you buy Paydirt, you're buying Paydirt as a hobby, and a good seller knows, and they will give you, enough gold so you have fun. They make a profit. Things like that. Gold nugget sales, Vendetta prospecting, Gold Nugget Man. There's a lot of them over at millerprospecting.com, any of my top 10. But with gold ore, if somebody has gold ore and it had actual good gold in it, they wouldn't be selling it. They would sell it for a very high premium that would make it not worth crushing in your time and everything else. So I personally would not buy gold ore unless it was to shoot a video that I knew I was going to lose money on. So Gregory Littleton, Teo, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. It's a lot of work updating the description, but yeah. It is one of the things, I always complain about stuff about Paydirt sellers. I don't sell Paydirt, but I will say things that I think that I see as a buyer. If I was a seller, I would probably be shooting videos explaining why I do certain things. And I'm sure a lot of times I've said it before in some videos where I'm sure there's a reason that certain sellers do certain things. Like I actually remember once I had actually complained, I think in a video about I didn't like Mike at Gold Nugget Sales shipping. I thought his shipping was a little high. And then I actually texted Mike and I asked him, I was like, well, why is your shipping this and this and this? And it was because of insurance. If you buy a 1 pound bag from him and it was $8.95 shipping, but then you bought the 1 pound bag that had 5 grams of gold in it, it was like $15 shipping. I don't remember the exact prices. This was a while ago, like 3 years ago. But that was because it was a $500 bag of Paydirt, so he was having to pay more for insurance. So, which made total sense. It just never clicked in my head when I was shooting the video or thinking of the video. That was it. So there's just sometimes, sellers do have reasons for things, and I don't always know what it is. Same reason why I never understood why sometimes some sellers will have websites where they will sell Paydirt for $50. Then they'll sell that exact same Paydirt on eBay for $45, and both have the exact same guaranteed amount of gold. So, it might be just because they're getting more traffic on eBay, and I don't know. So far I bought gold 1 or twice, roasted. Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing when people say, where you have no guarantee bags of Paydirt. And they're like, oh, this is from the richest ground I've ever seen. And, ounces of gold. And I'm just shoveling it into bags and letting you have it for $40 and this and this. If the ground was really that rich, if their sluice boxes were really loaded with gold, they wouldn't be selling it as Paydirt. The reason some sellers do put real actual dirt that might have gold in it in their bags of pay dirt, but it's kind of that, for every ton, there's 3 specks of gold. So, if you make 100 bags of pay dirt, 3 of them are going to have a speck of gold in them. That's it, but technically it is real pay dirt, But I always love those descriptions. You mostly see them on eBay or the ones, like, and golden pay dirt, of course, but and just how this is the most loaded gold. I just run all this stuff through my sluice box and don't even do anything with it. It's like, yeah, I could just imagine some guy with a sluice box seeing these giant nuggets in there, because they always say, there's a chance of nuggets. Even Clash does it. Clash does it on his raw bag of pay dirt, like, oh, this is straight out of the Colorado River, or a Colorado River, I should say, and that there might be a chance of nuggets. I mean, you're classifying the material down. You see a giant nugget. You're not going to be like, oh, look at that 1 ounce nugget. Guess I'll throw that in the $10 bag of pay dirt. No. People are all crazy. So, and then sadly, people fall for it. So, I've never trusted clean dirts. They seem pretty sluiced. Yeah, the way I look at it is, and even no matter what, even if I know the seller, if I know this a great seller, say even vendetta prospecting, I always just assume the dirt has 0 gold in it. I will just always assume that any pay dirt I buy has 0 natural gold in it. Most pay dirts you go through don't have flour gold, and that's 99.9999% of all gold on this earth is fine flour gold. And, there's just no way this is like, oh, this is all natural gold and it's, 20 mesh. Yeah, no. There would be, if there was 20 mesh in the dirt, there would also be really, really fine gold as well. So I just assume every single pay dirt is 100% manufactured. It's just easier to think that. Now, I'm not saying there won't be bonus bags. You won't find more than you paid for. You won't get 100% ROIs, because I get a lot of 100% ROIs over the last year. I got a lot of good sellers are just loading up bags of pay dirt. So yeah, so I just assume that every single bag, and I mean, I know sellers. I know some of these sellers. I know Mike. I know these, people, and I know they will tell me, this is pay dirt, but it's just, when you calculate pay dirt, like if you go to a mine, they calculate per ton. So, if there's 1 gram per ton, it's not worth them to actually run a bulldozer through it, take the overburden off, get all that good ground for 1 gram per ton. But if you shovel it up and put it in a pay dirt, you could technically say, yeah, this is, real pay dirt with real gold in it. But again, each 1 pound bag would have 1 little bitty piece of minus 40 gold that wouldn't even budge the scale. So sounds like a Yukon Alley scoop from their gold bearing dirt. No, I mean, so Yukon Alley, she does hers a little bit different. So, I mean, I've talked to her a lot about this. When Yukon Alley runs her machines and she runs all her sluices, when they're in their cleanup room, they run a giant magnet over everything. And if you've ever run a magnet over pay dirt and picked it up and dropped it off, you will see there's gold in there, because just the magnetite pulls in the gold, traps it, holds it. And that's what that is. So she gets a giant 5-pound bucket full of all this magnetite that also has a lot of gold in it, because it's picking up all the fine gold. And she will put a tablespoon of that in every single bag of pay dirt she does. So if you get a 1 gram bag, she takes a little tablespoon, dumps it in there. And it just so happens to be whether or not, you'll get some random gold. But, it's not really like, I wouldn't say it's not tailings. It's not natural dirt. This is stuff that's already been run through a sluice. So it's been very cleaned. They're just going to pick up all the black sands. So anyone else watch Clutch's 50K bucket review? I didn't actually watch it. I watched a few parts of it and kind of just laughed and left. You're promoting your own product, and then you're promoting it and telling everyone you're giving them a really bad ROI. It just boggled my mind, because I remember when the video popped up and I thought it was him reviewing somebody else's 50 grand pay dirt. I mean, I was like, and it was kind of in the background. I wasn't paying attention to it. It was just subtitles. I had the sound off. And somebody texted me and told me, oh, Clash is doing that. I was like, oh, yeah. I'm like, I'm watching now. And they're like, oh, yeah, and then they told me it was his own pay dirt. Yeah, and I mean, that's what I'm saying. Why would you be proud of advertising, hey, look, if you give me 50 grand, I will give you $38,000 worth of gold that I bought for about $28,000. So I'm going to be making $22,000 profit off of you. Or you could go spend 50 grand at Mike's over at Gold Nugget Sales and get $53,000 worth of gold. You actually spend less. I did the math. If you spent $49,200 over at Mike's at Gold Nugget Sales, you would end up with $53,000 worth of gold if you bought his 107% jugs. You'd have to buy a lot of his jugs, but you could buy a whole bunch of those, have a lot more dirt to go through. You'd have a whole bunch of jugs you could use for all kinds of stuff, making iced tea and stuff once you rinsed them out pretty good. And you would end up with more gold than you paid for. Or you could go to Clash and lose massive amount of money. It's just absolutely crazy that he thought that was a good video. I mean, I'm not gonna say he was crazy because I saw some of the comments. If you read the comments, there's a lot of suckers out there. There was a lot of people that were like, "Oh man, if I had 50 grand, I'd buy one." It's like, why don't you just give me 5 grand and I'll tell you it was a bad bag, a bad bucket. So, unbelievable. Waiting for the new Allie bag. That's what reminds me. I need to text Allie. Text Allie and ask her what she is doing this year. If she's going to be selling or just sending me all her gold just to play around with. So, think I'm banned on Clash Channel for some reason. He still hasn't banned me. I'm surprised he hasn't banned me. I haven't posted a comment on this one yet. So, make that video. I know I probably should make a video about the Clash one. So here, I'm making a video. Well, I've been trying to make a video about the rising price of gold and why you should buy it. But I'm having a really hard time figuring out how to make a spreadsheet or a table to have an overlay on my, in the video, because it's not going to be me. It's just going to be me talking with an overlay, and I'm having a hard time trying to figure out how to display it. And if I can figure it out, that'll be this Saturday's video. If I can't, maybe I'll do the Clash. I'll do Clash versus everyone else bucket. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah, that's a good idea, because that one is easy. I don't actually have to pan everything out and stuff, so a 50K review. Now, I'm not buying, I was joking with somebody, I was telling somebody the other day, I said, it was so funny. When I first started my channel, I remember, the big thing, the thing on my bucket list was to get a bucket of Paydirt. Like, I remember distinctly all the people like, "Oh man, you should get a 1 ounce bucket." And that's when it used to be $1,200. Like, a bucket of Paydirt with an ounce of gold was $1,200. And it was just like, I was like, no, I couldn't afford it. I can't over afford it. And then, I did get one, but it was somebody sent me a bucket. I panned it, sent it back. And now I look at it and it's like, yeah, there's no way I'm getting an ounce. And there's no way I'm getting a 50K one either. So, yeah, I will say he did remove the video. That's the only thing I will say about that. He did remove the video. So, it's hard to always bring it up and say like, he did this and this. He did remove the video. So, I guess he realized, he made a mistake, and because, leaving a video up for Clash really doesn't hurt his channel any. You've seen, he put a raw video up, he put a 50K bucket up, and people eat it up. It's the Clash cult. They buy the stuff. So, yeah, send the jugs. I'll make the video. Yeah, if anyone wants to send me a 50K bucket of Paydirt, I'll be more than happy to shoot that video. I only got to keep half the gold. I don't have to keep half the gold. So, if I have 50K, I'm buying claims and equipment. I don't know about that. You can spend 50K on claims and equipment and end up with nothing. If I had 50K, I'd buy the gold, and I'd end up with $53,000 of the gold. I'd sell the gold, buy another bucket, and just keep doing that and keep adding $3,000 to your stack. I saw it. I didn't bother watching it. Yeah, like I said, I didn't watch the video. I need to watch it. Let me watch it. Watch Clash video. Like I said, I just had the subtitles going on, and I saw the final ROI, and I was like, okay, I don't really need to watch it. It's, promoting yourself, ripping people off. So I need to watch it, though. I'm writing myself all kinds of lists to do today. Good, popped in. Imagination to Form, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. I appreciate it. I got one from Culver left, 1 ounce. It was $26.50. Yeah, I don't even know what. I don't even see. It's funny. It's like when I first started doing these videos and people would do it, I would look at 1 ounce buckets all the time because it's like, it's not that far out of reach. It's really not. And then, but now, it's just so far out of reach. Like, it's funny. Like, I don't know if you can see it, but I just got a bag of Paydirt in that was $1,200 that I'm reviewing, and it's not an ounce of gold. It's not even close to an ounce of gold. Like, not even close. And it's just funny. Like, back 9 years ago, what I just spent, I could have had an ounce of gold that today would be worth, $4,000. And I'm buying a much smaller bag of pay dirt. So, what you gonna do? Oh, that's it. Wrench is just coming in here, John. Just I did this. I threw in my 1 ounce. Just 1 ounce is here, 1 ounce is there. Just trying to make me cry. Just trying to make me cry live stream. I understand how it is, John. uh, I had 107 from GNS. Did a 1 ounce from Vendetta as well. Yeah. So I've only done one 1 ounce bucket, and that was from Lynch Mining. And like I said, somebody sent it to me. I panned it out, put it all, dried out all the dirt, put it all back in the bucket, and sent it off to him. So, Alan, no worries, brother. Hopefully you get well, and thank you again for the package. I'll let you know when it comes in, brother. But yeah, you go get your sleep, man. You need that. And I feel like, let me see. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Why is that doing that? Nope. All right, we won't do that. I pushed something, so, but yeah, Mark Sheldon, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show, and thank you for being a mod. I need to write a list too. I need to update my mod list because I know there's some higher tier members that are not mods right now. So if you are a $79 tier member and you are not a mod, post something in the live chat that you're a $79 tier member, and I will make you a mod, because that's one of the perks that is not advertised. As a $79 tier, you get to be a mod and really do nothing except for have your name in blue. So that's a challenge for you to do. Order custom bags from sellers that make custom bags. I actually have that. That is on one of my, I keep a list of ideas, and one of them is custom versus custom. I just haven't found sellers because it's kind of weird. Like when you do custom bags, most of my battles I try to either do like matching stuff. So the problem with custom bags is a lot of times the sellers stop making custom bags. So I'll have to see. I'll have to look at some of the sellers that have custom bags and see. Tomcat Josh, thank you for joining the show. PA Patriot, thank you for being here and being a mod. I appreciate it. Not mod. Why are you not a mod? No, I'm just kidding. There you go. You are a mod now. No, and then we're going to start panning out in a minute. I know I've been talking a lot, but we only have a little bag of pay dirt. That one was pretty easy. The Andy K's. Oh wow, that is not. There we go. Am I congested? A little bit. Yeah, I'm not. I think it's just from being down in my studio, and that's Liz asking me via text. Why do I sound funny? I know I look funny, but do I sound funny on the live stream? I'm getting mods asking me if they can be super mods. And I already know who they want to punish, so. All right. Now, so who else is a mod? Who else do I need to moderate? Tomcat Josh, add as a moderator. Here we go. Just to have some fun. Let's see. There we go. So there we go. Anyone else need to be a mod? Oh, I've been slacking really bad. Usually I try to go back and look through them all. No, wait, now people are deleting stuff. Oh. All right, everyone should be a mod. Glastron, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. But if I bought that bucket and gold went up, wouldn't I make a profit? Which bucket? The Clash one? Gold has to go up a lot. That's the problem. So there's a lot of Paydirts out there you could buy at a loss. I did do a video recently where I did 1 ounce bar versus 1 ounce of gold that I got from Mammoth Gold Nuggets out of I think they're Canada or Yukon somewhere. Where are they at? Maybe they're in Alaska, but Mammoth Gold Nuggets, I did 1 ounce versus a 1 ounce bar. And the only reason it was the gold was better than the gold bar just because short-term gold had went up. But yeah, Dorothy Richardson, thanks for joining the show. But with buying a $38,000 bucket, you need gold to go up pretty well to make that one profitable. Oh, well, there you go, Wrench. You're getting all popular. Look at you go. Whose show? Somebody good, hopefully. Now, let me see. Let me check my messages. But we're going to go pan. Yeah, so now we have a lot of mods. So it's like half my channel is mods now. Allie is selling Paydirt in Canada in Dawson City. It's only about, oh, wait. So I'm definitely asking her about that. Do you know what the shop is called? Because I might call them and see if I can order it. And how do you know this information? And whiskey. Another mod. It looks like I have a ton of $79 tier members, doesn't it? It's just like I've got hundreds of them. Some of these mods are mods who have just been with me forever. So that's why they're mods. So they can all post the hidden link. Yes, all the mods can post the hidden link. You're going to have so many hidden links popping up when I ask for them. Oh, that's so awesome. Yeah, I love Flash. I was on his show a long time ago, like 5 years ago. I think I was on his show about 5 or 6 years ago. It was a really long time. I might have to beg him to be on his show again, except for we're both on at the same time, so that might be a little weird. She was dropping them off at her shop on the show. Oh, well, I'm like 4 episodes behind on Allie, so I'll have to, watch. I will put that on my list of watch videos. So I'm going to have to hunt down that shop and see if I can't get it. Is there a hidden link now? Do you see a hidden link? No, there's no hidden link yet. Not until we start panning. So yeah, if you're a mod, don't drop the hidden link until we start panning. It's just to make sure everyone hangs out as long as possible and makes me as much revenue as possible with these ads that aren't showing up probably. So, but all right, let's move the cameras around. Save y'all from having to look at my ugly mug any longer than you have to. And we're gonna go pan out some Andy K's Paydirt. This is a no guarantee bag of Paydirt that says it has a lot of gold in it, a good bit of gold in it, and this is off of eBay. So we're gonna compare this to the one I just reviewed. But let's move the camera, make sure that it's there. Okay, we're going to shrink down the ugly mug and start panning. So there we go. Move that. And as you can see, there is already dirt in the water. That's the other Andy K's I panned out. I figured why clean up the water, Big money tonight. Yeah, no. Ad revenue from YouTube is not good. I was telling Liz's parents the other day that the revenue from, when I first got my YouTube channel and I first got to 1,000 subscribers, my revenue was about $200. It wasn't 200. It was like $150 a month. But my revenue was on YouTube. And then now that I have like 10,000 something, I don't even know how many subscribers I have. I know I have over 10,000 subscribers. So I have 10 times as many subscribers, and my checks are like $175 now. So somehow 9,000 subs and a lot more videos, because back then I was only posting one video a month. Now I'm doing live shows, posting stuff, and and if you actually took out all the donations I get during the live shows, what I used to make $150, now I make like $50. So it's just YouTube income is going down and down every month. They made it so you have to essentially grow 10 times every single month. 12.5K. I'm over 12. That's right. I am over 12,000. No. What do you think the average beginner amateur can make in a month prospecting? Ew, that's such a wide-ranging question. If you're in Indiana and you're a beginner and you spend, say, 40 hours a week prospecting in Indiana, it would be zero. If you're in, outside of, say, Whitehorse and you have premium ground, you can make a good 100 grand a year, 100 grand a month. It really just depends on where you're at, how much time you're putting in, what the land is, and stuff like that. It's it's an impossible question to ask. But definitely not as much as you think. I will give you that answer. It's going to be nowhere what you think. So I would base it on zero. If you make more than zero, you're doing pretty good. And now I feel bad that John is on live. So if everyone, if you're not already, you can hop back and forth between me and Flash in your pan. I absolutely love Flash in the Pan. I think he is one of the best people out there. And unfortunately, it was the one thing I did not notice when I switched my live shows to Tuesday. Is that he does his shows on Tuesdays at 7 o'clock. So, it's kind of a bummer because I really like him. Dina, that's awesome. Glad you got it. I'm glad it showed up. Yeah, just buying gold. Unless, like I said, unless you have a large scale mine or you're on some premium ground. There's places like in Oregon, I think they still allow 100 dredges. I think in Oregon, they allow 100 dredges you can get a license for. If you can get a license in Oregon, you could do really good on their rivers because they still have a lot of gold. You can make good money. In California, if you've got good ground, you can make good money. But the average person with the average claim, you're not going to make any money. You're better off at that point just buying Paydirt, buying good Paydirt. Like if you were a member of my Patreon page and you read my daily ROIs and you had money, I post yesterday there was 100% ROI bags you could buy. Today there was 100% ROI bags you could buy. So there's always 100% ROI bags usually on my daily ROI chart. But you have to be a Patreon member. Then you would make more money because you spend 100, you make 102, So you probably are better off just buying Paydirt. If you want to have fun, then that's what it counts as, I know a lot of people that go out prospecting a lot and they just do it for the fun. So have you tried 3D printer sluice mats? No, I've never tried any. There used to be, I wish I could remember who they were. There used to be a German channel that used to make like all the time. They would make all kinds of bizarre 3D printed mats, but I guess their channel didn't blow up enough. So they kind of stopped doing it, but no, I don't even have a 3D printer. I know some people with some, and maybe one day, maybe next year, I'll start doing that. Is have some. If anyone here has a 3D printer that can make a, I guess it'd be like a 6-inch by 12-inch sluice mat, maybe I'll start doing that. You know, buy them off of somebody. So anytime somebody's mad at me, I offer him a cap. So Superman. That's it. Yeah, Mike. And then to even buy a claim in the Yukon is a small fortune. And most of the people that will give you a claim, I can tell you, oh, we'll let you work our claim, but you got to give us 30% of what you pull. They know there's no money. And a lot of times what they'll do is they hope you will go in, spend $500,000 taking up all the overburden, then go bankrupt. And then they'll go in and say, okay, thank you for removing all the overburden that cost you $500,000. You've got 0 gold. We kicked you off the claim because you didn't give us any gold. And then now they can just sluice all the material. And even if there's, even if it's not very good material, 90% of the cost of running in the Yukon and places like that is just getting rid of that overburden, And if you can get somebody to do that for you for free, then you make some good money. Then they don't have to pay, then they're not making 30%. So my 3D printer is only 9 inches. Yeah. I'm going to have to ask, Flower Gold Wizard what his 3D printer is. So, I mean, I guess I could do smaller if I did like 6-inch by 6-inch, but then made them so you could lock them together, like the Flower Gold Wizard sluice. So, why did I just get a pop-up ad? Well, I'm the owner. This is my channel, and they're popping up ads on me. So, yeah. But all right, here we go. We're going through some Andy K's Paydirt. This is the eBay bag. I'm gonna try to be a little bit careful with this one and not pay so much attention to chat. Wesley does it. Wesley does Flower Gold Wizards. I just couldn't think of his name. Yeah, Wes. He's usually in chat a lot, but I think he's out of town right now. I actually texted him yesterday, but I'll have to text him and see how much you would charge me to make some custom sluices. They'd just be like wacky design ones. Maybe I'll start, because next year I do plan on doing a lot more DIY videos. I've had a couple DIY videos where I have all the stuff I bought and made the stuff, but I just have to like disassemble it and shoot a video showing what I did, why I did it, and what I think it'll capture gold or not. But so next year I do plan on doing more DIY videos. So maybe I'll get Wes to do those. Yeah, thanks, Josh. Yeah, I know. I talk to him all the time. I don't. It's just one of those things where you're trying to think of somebody's name, you have a brain fart. So a couple little pieces of gold off the first pan. I'm thinking the gold vlog should be traveling up to Yukon. I'm thinking that the gold vlog should be traveling up to Yukon to visit Yukon Alley and then bring their favorite reviewer with them. Which reminds me, I still have to get my passport. I have all my stuff I need. I have the passport application. I need to do all that so I can go get a job working up with Allie. Brad, how's it going? I got your text. I haven't read it yet, but I kind of saw it when it popped up. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I need to write down. See, one of my problems is I buy stuff like randomly. I will buy Paydirt just for like the shelf or for me to pan out during live shows sometimes. And I always forget. I always forget who I buy from and what. And I just realized the other day that yeah, you can come too if Mike's paying for it all. All of chat can come. He just has to, he might have to have his pool half full, for a couple weeks. But I always forget. Like I actually forgot a while back. I told everyone they should buy from American Mining because his ROIs were really high, and I bought some, and I totally forgot, and it still hasn't shipped. So I need to look into that. Again, I just bought some Culver prospecting Paydirt, which if you didn't know, Culver has some Paydirt, some new Paydirt out. I think it's Patreon only though, so makes it a little bit more expensive because you got to join his Patreon, buy some Paydirt, and or you could just join the Miller Prospecting Patreon page and get the best daily ROI chart out there and see who the best Paydirts are. Which, by the way, I was looking at the chart today. The best deals seem to be like the half-gram bags. So, like I was just looking at my list today, and like I think the 1-gram bags averaged probably like 88%, but the half-gram bags probably averaged 88% as well. And then you're not spending as much money, and you're still getting the same ROI. Right. All right. And then another thing I was thinking about today is because we were talking about earlier when I was talking about my comparison between buying 1 ounce gold Paydirt versus a 1 ounce gold bar. I've been reading a lot on a lot of the gold forums, like Reddit, subreddits, and things like that, where with gold price soaring so high that the average gold bar that's being bought on AppMex now and like JM Bullion and stuff like that is the 1/10. Like the 1/10 is moving faster than the 1 ounce now because everyone's buying fractional. But the thing about fractional gold is it has a huge premium on it. It has a really high premium. Like the 1-gram bars at the Vampy 1-gram bars are like $150. Like that's just crazy. I mean, they're probably even higher than that. It's for a 1 gram, $150. You can get a 1-gram bag of Paydirt for $135. So I might have to redo that video that I did with Mammoth Gold Nuggets versus the AppMet, or was it JM Bullion? I think it was versus JM Bullion, 1 ounce versus 1 ounce. I might have to redo that battle with like 1 gram versus 1 gram. So and then 1/10 versus 1/10. It'll probably be 1 gram versus 1 gram because I'm kind of broke right now. It's almost Christmas, and kids want presents. Want to get the girlfriend a present, so she keeps being my girlfriend. I'm kind of fond of her, so Brad Thompson doing his imitation of Trump, all caps, huh? Your cap button stuck? No, and I just got another ad. I hate YouTube. I need to remember to reset. I know I saw that you could get rid of the like the tier stuff on here for the chat. I need to get rid of that, and then even see. I think I have ads off, so I think this is just YouTube making money. So selling at True North Company. All right, here, let me write that down just so I can do research tonight while I'm watching the video. Because that's probably 3 videos in before I get to that one. All right. Added to my to-do list, which is getting really long today. I've got so much stuff. 100% just going all in on this. Yeah. I will tell you, all caps will have Nightbot ban you if you do it too much. So just letting you know, you will be timed out if you do too much in caps. So, and if not, there's a lot of mods in here now that might get aggravated. Stocking stuff, are they going to be as good as Dan Hurd stocking stuffers with like that 33% ROI that he gives to all his followers and everyone that spends all that time watching his videos and donating to him and being Patreon members, and he rewards them with that 33% ROI every Christmas? Never mind. See, I just got in a Bill's Trash and Treasure shirt. I need to get a Yukon Alley shirt. Or I need to ask her if she's got, I just don't like her designs. I mean, all her designs are about drinking beer. I don't drink beer. I want panning Paydirt shirts. Midwest Gold Fever. Thanks for joining the show. Appreciate it. Appreciate everyone that's here tonight. As always, I appreciate everyone that's here. Oh yeah, if one of the mods or all of my mods want to start dropping the hidden link, I'd appreciate it. And again, remember, all you have to do is leave a comment on the hidden video, and which has nothing to do with the YouTube. It's not affiliated by YouTube. It's not endorsed by YouTube. It is 100% by me. But if you leave a comment on the hidden video that one of my mods is going to drop in a second, you will have a chance. I will pick one name at the end of this show tonight, and then you'll have a chance. You will get one spin on the wheel. Has 50 prizes on it, from bags of Paydirt to half-ounce silver bars. So all kinds of prizes you can win on there. Copper rounds. 50 different prizes. Well, not different prizes, but 50 prizes. 25 of them are a copper round because I have to keep my prices low. I need to give away more copper rounds than bags of Paydirt. So, but you never know. Tonight might be your lucky day. You might get the bag of Paydirt or the half-ounce copper bar. And how have you been doing, Dorothy? You been doing okay? Picked up some of Jason's ore. Excited to see what it looks like. Yeah, I wouldn't, like, if I bought Jason's ore, I would just get it for just like the shelf stuff. And I might actually do that one day, see if I can't get, there's some fine gold in here. See if I can just get some just to put on my shelf. From what I've heard, I know a couple people that have, crushed it and stuff like that and not done anything. There you go. Thank you very much, Ed. Now I can just go back through chat and look at it. I am starting to feel a little stuffy today. It is probably just from being in the studio, though. The studio is always dusty in here just from all the Paydirt. Copper can be pretty too. Yeah, copper is pretty too. And it's free. That's the key thing. It's free, And thank you very much, Weezin, for dropping the link. I appreciate it. Always wanted one of Dan's dirt bags. Yeah, I mean, it's a shame. Like, I don't know. It's hard. I mean, I never want to tell anyone what to do with their own business. Everyone has, it's everyone's own moral dilemma. Like, if you feel good about yourself, like if you say, hey, look, I've got this guy who's, been a Patreon member for a year now. He's been giving me $10 a month. And by the way, Dan Hurd does not do contests, where, he's giving away bags of Paydirt every month and, prizes every month. Same with Clash. There's a lot of channels that just don't do anything, which, again, up to them. But, I mean, if at the end of the year, you say to yourself, hey, this guy just gave me $10 a month. It's $120 he just gave to me, just so I continue making videos. I'm going to reward him by giving him the first chance, because he always sells his Paydirt to his Patreon members before he puts it in the store, so they could buy a bag of my Christmas Paydirt to put underneath the stocking for themselves, their wife, their kids, something else, like that. And to reward them, I'm going to give them a 30 to 50% ROI. It's just like, really? I mean, you could give them an 80% ROI. I mean, you're still making money because they gave you $120. And if you make $10 off the Paydirt, that's $130. I mean, then they're going to be like, oh, wow, I got good ROI. I'm going to be a member again next year. I just never understood that, Like, I would be more upset by, like, if I spent $120 following a Patreon member, and I have a few people I do support on Patreon that I do not win prizes on. I do not enter their contests. I will never get any money back from them. I just support them because I like their channels. Now, but if I went and I said, oh, wow, I've been a member of this Patreon member for a year, and then I get ripped off on a bag of Paydirt, I would end my Patreon member. And it'd be like, okay, now you never get any more money from me. But if he never did the Paydirt, I would keep spending money every year. So I just, How do you get a pan with a larger bottom? I was watching Doc from Gold Hog, and he recommended a pan. Well, the best pan, I mean, probably the pan Doc was talking about was the super sluice, and you can get a super sluice off of Amazon for like $15. So no message, just donating with the message that you're not messaging and you're just donating. Thank you very much, Midwest. I appreciate that, brother. Those left behind, I got 70 pounds. Yeah, sure. I'll take them. I'll take anything for the wheel. I was telling somebody today, somebody sent me some gold backs. Alan sent me some gold backs for the wheel. So I'm going to redo the wheel. If I get, people donating for the wheel, then I can put their prizes in, take off some of the copper rounds. It's just, I have X amount of money I can spend every month on the wheel. And, I haven't really been doing the wheel long enough to reevaluate it yet and see. Because, I didn't want to put a whole bunch of Paydirt on there and a couple copper things and, end up spending $500 in shipping and prizes off my Tuesday shows. And then be like, oh, wow, now I got to just do nothing but copper rounds. I want to kind of keep it where, I can have weeks where I don't give away much and other weeks where somebody wins something big. So, but if stuff is donated, then it's got zero cost to me, really, except for shipping. So, I'm trying to check. So, I'm getting like 1 or 2 pieces in every pan. I haven't seen some really fine flower gold, though. Break the deal, spin the wheel. It's more like leave a comment, spin the wheel. Get lucky with the comment. How many people? We have like 58 people in chat. So that means there's going to be like 50 entries. So you really have like a 1 in 50 chance of winning. Then you have a 1 in 50 chance of winning a bag of Paydirt or the half ounce. They're probably about the same price, the half ounce silver bar. Wanting a gold grabber pan? Check Amazon. Always check Amazon. And I know somebody. I'll find somebody. Here, let me write it down, Weezen. I know somebody that always has the gold grabber in stock. I need to look them up, though. I have them on my bookmarks. So tomorrow, I'll send you a message tomorrow, Weezen, on where you can get a gold grabber from. That's from Old Mad Max. Yeah. It's from the Thunderdome one. Isn't it from the Thunderdome one? Or is it from... let me see the quote. What was the thing again? Yeah, break the deal, spin the wheel. Yeah, that's from the Thunderdome one. Weezen said, give it to PA. So, all right. Weezen, I will find you where you can go buy the gold grabber from and ship it to PA. Yeah, and I will say I will have soon. I haven't figured out when. Maybe it'll be next month or the month after. I have some maybe I'll do it next month. I have to relook at my thing. But next month's Patreon prizes, I've got 2 nuggets I'm gonna be giving away. 2 quartz nuggets, 2 quartz specimen nuggets. And I think I might also be giving away, I have 2 custom-made 1-ounce silver bars I had made up. So Miller Prospecting. They're the first 2 Miller Prospecting bars ever made. Those are going to be going to Patreon pretty soon for a giveaway. I don't know if it'll be November or December. So it might be December, though. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves. Yeah. I used to tell that quote to my kids all the time, like if they were aggravating me. I'd always tell my kids, we're going into the Thunderdome. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves. And then we watched, like, I think it was like last year, I finally watched it with my kids, and they're like, oh, you stole that. Because they thought I had just made it up. Joey Brown, how's it going, brother? No. But yeah, I've got some new stuff coming up for Patreon giveaways. Got some specimen gold for next month. This month's Patreon gold guessing, we've got some Australian Paydirt, so an Australian nugget. Next month is some Nevada quartz gold. And yet another ad. I'm gonna have to look to see what my ad revenue is on these live shows because this is ridiculous. Ad revenue. I have like a sheet full of notes here from tonight. Hey, John, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. How are you enjoying Whatnot? Are you digging it? I haven't been on Whatnot in a while. I kind of been tapped out money wise, so I've been trying to avoid it because I don't want to go on there and spend money I don't have. Even though I did hear Mike say in his last video when he did the mail call that he might have some Paydirt up there. That's going to be a Whatnot exclusive. So, Mike, if you're still here, let me know if you're going to be doing the gold vlog mail call Paydirt on Whatnot anytime soon so I can make sure I attend one of those shows and overpay for a bag of Paydirt for my shelf. So, if it's a special Paydirt, I need something to go with my serotonin. So, Brewers Prospecting, how's it going? Most of Whatnot seems stupid to me. Yeah, the only reason I would even go on Whatnot is just for gold. That's it. So it's funny. One of the most popular shows on Whatnot now are boxes of food. And so today I was looking on just to see if there was anyone on when I was bored. And I clicked on and I saw, okay, they're giving away, I've seen this channel before where they're doing the food boxes. I was like, well, let me look to see what they put in there. So the shipping was $9.21. It's a large priority mail box. He put in a box of Ritz crackers. That's $5. He put in a bag of like Cheez-Its, but it was the Aldi brand of Cheez-Its, so it's like $2. So I'm like, okay, he's at $7 right now. Then he put in a whole bunch of those little bitty individual like Oreo cookie things. So I'm like, okay, he's at $10 now. He put in like 12 Slim Jims, so I'm like, okay, he's maybe at 25, maybe $25. Minus 10, but you got $10 shipping. So I'm like, that's $15. They bid it all the way up to $45. I'm like, so you're paying $45 for $25 worth of food that then you also have to pay $10 shipping on. It was just crazy. I'm like, these people just want to buy something. And it wasn't even like it was a limited edition food that sold out, where if it's like, oh, this is a, Cookie Monster cookie dough. They stopped making it, and they're not going to bring it back. Like if it was what are those the ice cream tacos? Like those I could see. Yeah, like they're not making those anymore, and they're going to ship them to you in a frozen container. But I don't know. The gold vlog. Yeah, Mike has the best. The only person I've ever seen that did a show on Whatnot that was 100% better than Mike was me. I mean, I just blew it away. I mean, I was just like on point. People were like, oh, this is amazing. I had people begging me, dude, you need to come do another Whatnot show. You're the best Whatnot I've ever seen. But, I'm retired. I retired on top. So the only person that even held a candle to me was Mike over at from the gold vlog and gold nugget sales. But yeah, I've watched some of Sterilite shows. I've watched a few others. I've watched Sluice Boy. I've watched a couple of Sluice Boy shows, and yeah, they're just really nobody in comparison to Mike's show. So bidding up on Whatnot. Yeah, well, that's one of the problems with I was reading something the other day about how there's a certain mod that I guess goes around. I think it was Pokemon. I think it was Pokemon mod, who's like a mod on like 30 of the Whatnot channels, how he bids up everything. And they're like, so if they were warning, if you see him in the room, leave, because he's just going to bid it up to a certain point and then leave, stop bidding, and he never would win, But that's the same thing. It's one of the things you used to have to worry about eBay as well, and all these other things. So need to pan on Whatnot. I just don't have the time. Like, I don't know how I always tell people I don't have time to do stuff. I don't have a job. I'm like a permanent bum, and I don't have the time. But I'll have to think about it. I am contemplating moving my studio next year to a new property. If I do that, maybe I'll have to set up a studio, or I'll have to come in here and redo this studio and figure out a way to do it. Just because like this studio, that the way it's currently set up would not do well for Whatnot. But I do need to take this studio apart a little bit. I need to move this sink. So this sink is currently in the wrong configuration, but when I did it, I didn't want to take it apart because I was too tired of messing with it. But eventually, probably next year, I'm gonna have to come in here and redo stuff. All the cameras are really old. Like if you could see this camera, this thing is like stuck in place. It's got so much dirt and grime on it, but I don't want to touch it because I'm scared it'll break. I don't want to replace it right now. So, but yeah, I've thought about that. This ad number 5. Are y'all getting like 5 ads? I'm on ad number 5. Maybe it just hates me. But I have thought about doing Whatnot where it would just be chunky gold. But right now I need to catch up. So one of my problems is, so with Patreon, I need X amount of gold every single month with Patreon. And I'm just not getting like that, So to do Whatnot, I'd have to get the, 15 grams of Paydirt, 15 grams of gold every month panned out on these live shows and doing reviews. And then have another bag or two that I could just do on Whatnot. And I just don't know if the juice is worth it. Especially since they're probably mad at me and not going to give me that less than 7.5% fee. So might get COVID from your camera. I could probably get all kinds of stuff from my camera. So I do wipe down the front every once in a while, but I need to pull all my cameras down, and I probably should replace them all. Because they get so much dust in them. John R. Prospecting, how you doing? Thanks for joining the show. Appreciate it. YouTube Red Family. Yeah, I don't pay for nothing, so. Well, I do pay for Prime. That's about it. And I need to cancel my Prime. I keep saying I'm going to cancel my Prime, but I only pay $6 a month for my Prime, so I kind of, don't mind it currently. It's kind of worth it because I still do order stuff on there for like the YouTube channel. But I could probably cancel it. I have to look at that. But yeah, but I don't use Firefox. I just use Google. All right, let's see how much gold is in here. What time is it? 7:08. Yeah, we got enough time. Scott Junkins, thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. And again, I appreciate everyone who joins the show. I really do. Appreciate everyone who watches my videos, send me emails, joins my Patreon page, supports my channel, all those things. I really do appreciate all of you. I've been doing this for a lot of years. I've met a lot of great people through this channel. And I appreciate all of you. I get cheaper Prime. Yeah, me too. That's why my Prime is $6.99. And if you didn't know this, I will tell everybody, this is a hack. I don't know if it's still that way. I think it is. But if you are a student, you can get Prime for half price, I think, for a year. I think that's what they used to do. And I'm not telling you this, but I'm just telling you that if you go on eBay, you can buy EDU accounts for like $2. So if you want Prime, that's the way to do it. But yeah, I only pay $6.99 a month for my Prime, which is the only reason I've kept it. So just because it's cheap. As soon as they tell me it's not cheap anymore, I'll probably get rid of Prime. So let's see. Some gold in here. I'm curious. I have to. Somebody wants to look at my last review. Somebody who hasn't watched it already, so I can get that ad revenue off of you. If someone wants to go on my review I did last Saturday for Andy K's and tell me how much gold I found at the end of the video. I know the ROI was like 70%, and I didn't write down this information. But if someone wants to tell me the gold amount so we can compare it to what I found in this one, because they were both bought on the same day. They were both bought from different secret shoppers, but they were bought on the same day, like within an hour of each other. So. And thank you very much, HD, for dropping the hidden link. And remember, leave a comment on the hidden link. It's free. All you have to do is go over to that other video, leave a comment, and you have a chance. A 1 in 50 chance that I will pull your name. You have a 1 in 50 chance of winning a bag of Paydirt or copper round or something else. So lots of prizes on there. You know, see how you might get something good. You never know. 0.42. Thank you very much, brother. I appreciate that. So we're going to see. We're going to weigh this up tonight. See how much gold we found out of the eBay bag. See if there's any difference. 0.25. I was like 0.42 sounds a little high. That's right. It was exactly a quarter gram. Imagination to form. Don't make me ban you. All right, Midwest. Well, I appreciate you popping in, man. I appreciate it always. So 0.25. Thank you all. Thank you everyone for popping in. I just probably made like 1/100th of a penny because more than one person watched it. So cha-ching, cha-ching. Oh my gosh. And I got another ad. I mean, is it just feeding me ads? This is crazy. Aaron Mack, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. I appreciate it. So I need to start doing this. Look at all this revenue I'm getting. Shane, thank you for joining the show. Everybody's watching my video. They're all like, YouTube's about to put me at the top. They're like, oh my gosh, look at all this traffic he's getting. He just made a 1/2 penny. We might have to block him. We're going to have to shadow ban him. He's got too much views. No, it was 0.25. Now that everybody said it, I remembered it. Because I was like, oh yeah, this is supposed to have natural gold in it. Because in the description for these bags of Paydirt, he says that there's more natural gold than what they put in it on his test bags. Like he tests the bags. You know nobody's going to do that. Nobody makes up 100 bags of Paydirt and says, oh, let me just pull one out and see what I get out of it. You know, no. They know exactly what's in them, so. Yeah, I have the spot. The spot was 180, 108. So see, I do have, and you can't really see it, but I do have my cheat sheet here. That I have that I just didn't write down the review stuff. But yeah, so we're going to see if we get, I don't know, this looks like it could be a 1/4 gram, which is really crazy that he would, I mean, I'm not going to knock it, but it's kind of weird that he would give you the same amount of gold for a bag of Paydirt that you buy off of eBay that he's making less money on. Because after fees, the Paydirt, so I paid $38.35, I think, for the bag on Saturday. It was 38 something, some change. This bag was $38.90. So it was a little bit more expensive, like 50 cents more expensive off of eBay. But he had a lot more in fees, than whatever website he's using, There's no way any of these websites are charging 15% compared to eBay. No worries, Baron. I figured you were lurking. A lot of people, I mean, it says I have 61 people in here, so, odds are 30 of them are lurking. Yeah, I haven't gotten any ads. All right. So it's just me. They just don't like me, Mikey. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it, Mikey. You're getting the ads too? Yeah. I mean, I'm not, it's not so bad, I guess, being over. I mean, I don't know if which one is worse, getting the ad over the chat or getting the ad over the video. Because, you know, it's just me panning. And so if you miss 5 seconds of panning, it's not so bad. But if you miss 5 seconds of chat, you got to kind of scroll up and try and speed read it all. 38.35. Yeah, I knew it was 38 and some change. So, yeah, there's like a 50 cents difference. So that doesn't make up for the amount that, you know, he's losing. You know. I'm trying to remember which platform he's using for his website, but right, just trying to get this as clean as possible so it doesn't move the scale. I will say there's a lot more fine gold, maybe. Looks, I don't know. It looks about the same. So A3 Sky Warrior, what's up, brother? Rich in the house. Thank you for joining the show, Rich. Chasing Cheddar, how's it going, my man? Thank you for joining the show. Dina, thank you for being here. Carson Prospecting, what's up, brother? Yeah, like I appreciate all the lurkers as well. I mean, I do it. I go to live shows and I don't want to, you know, it's one of those things. Once you say something, you know, everyone's going to say hi to you. Then you got to say hi back. Then you got, you know, I prefer lurking myself. So I don't blame anyone that just lurks. I appreciate you all being here. So. The 400-year-old. Is he using Shopify, though? I don't know if he's, I thought he was using, it looks like he was using Wix. It looks like a really basic site. I thought he was using like Wix or something, but yeah. But still, those sites are a lot cheaper than eBay. Shameless raffle plug. Oh, yeah. See, I was supposed to remind that. If anyone, see, you just got to, see, I don't know, $5. You know, I charge more than that, man. I don't know. I'm just not going to do it in a pretty voice anymore. I was going to do it in a really fancy voice. Come, go to Brad's. But now you just get in a normal voice. But yeah, Brad Thompson over at Brad's Bucket, bradsbucket.com. If one of the mods want to drop a link to it, bradsbucket.com, BUKIT. He's doing a raffle for a food pantry, and I 100% sponsor and want to promote anybody that's for food pantries. I've had to use food pantries in the past. I'm trying to start helping with a food pantry in the future at the church I go to. So I absolutely love food pantries, especially nowadays. We need a lot more food pantries. There's a lot of people aren't getting food stamps right now. So, there's a lot of people that, need help every once in a while. So Brad Thompson at bradsbucket.com. It's $2 per entry. He has a couple prizes up there, a couple bags of Paydirt, probably some other prizes. He does have a 3-gram nugget, but I've already bought the winning ticket for the 3-gram nugget. So do not buy tickets expecting to win the 3-gram nugget. That is going to me. If you win it, it was an error, and you'll have to send it to me, and then I will give you the 1-gram bag of Paydirt. So there are some really good prizes up there. It's for a really good cause. No worries. You drive. Be safe, Carson, brother. And it is 100% rigged. So it's if I win the 3-gram, I will tell you it's 100% rigged. But I'm still going to keep it, and I'm still going to smile and tell you it's rigged. But if you win second, third, or fourth, fifth prize, you just got to be happy with it. You just got to be happy with it. So it's all right. So, but make sure you go over there. There you go. There's the video. There's the link. Thank you, HD. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate y'all doing those. And like I said, I'm a huge supporter of food pantries. I've had to use them before in the past. They really do help people. They're not all great food pantries, but the vast majority of them are good. So, and you're helping out somebody, So I will always support a food pantry. So I will support, and as you all know, I normally don't talk about too many raffles or stuff on this channel. I really have to like the person and the cause. The Pause for Pets one is one of the ones I really stand behind. Mike Hilfano's stuff, I really like him. He was a great dude. But I really like food pantries as well. So. Just slurping up all that gold. So we can dry it up, weigh it up. Use some tweezers. So I think the ticket sales, Brad's here, so he'll probably tell you, but I think it's at the end of the month. And it's only $2 a ticket. And if anyone's seen before, I've watched a lot of these raffles when they go off. A lot of the people that win always only have one ticket. You know, if there's 5 prizes, I guarantee at least one of the prizes will be won by somebody with only one ticket. It's how it always works. You know. So even if you're like, I don't know. We already know Dylan's going to win the 3-gram nugget, so why even enter? Just spend $2. You'll win the 1-gram bag of Paydirt probably, And I can guarantee it because I didn't rig the whole thing. I only rigged it for me. So, November 2nd. All right. Ooh, during a live show. What day is that? Let me see. It's a Sunday, so I'll be able to watch that. No. But I've been poor enough at points, like after I got my divorce, where, food pantry gave me some food to help out, so I like food pantries. I'm not going to complain. There's a really good food pantry in Boonville. Shout out to them. That nobody's going to know that or be there, but, and they're never going to hear this, but there's a really nice one in Boonville. TM, how's it going? Yeah. So I'm trying to, like I said, the church I go to, I want to try and get involved in their food pantry this year. So here we go. We got the gold. We're going to weigh it up. Then we're going to talk for a little bit while we wait for it to dry, or cool off, I should say. November 2nd, Sunday. What time? I need to know what time. I mean, we already know I'm going to win, so it don't really matter. I'll just watch it later and see that I won. So 7 p.m. There we go. Are you getting on a cruise? Where are you going? I might be going on a cruise next year. All right. Gold's all dried up. Let it cool off so it doesn't melt my stuff, but there we go. So we got that all cooled off. We're going to give it a couple minutes to cool, then we will weigh it up. Just double check my tailings. There's no big pieces in there. They'll move the scale. Nope, nothing. All right. Cozumel, there you go. Where are you leaving from? Too many people get sick on cruise ships. Yeah, you have to just be careful with what you eat. Like, don't eat foods that can be undercooked. Like don't eat scrambled eggs. Things like that. I know those are some of the rules. Like you don't eat scrambled eggs on a cruise ship. You pretty much don't eat eggs. Because a lot of times they just put them all in like a giant bucket and you never know, You're essentially supposed to only eat like meat. Like you go there, cook that steak for me. Well done. Yeah, there you go. Curtis wants me to tell you we'll be announcing winners on the Sunday something show with Curtis and Bob. Bring your own cheese. There you go. So, but yeah, Brad, after the show, remind me, I need to buy some tickets. So if you send me a text, Brad, you can send me one now, Brad, to buy tickets. I'll buy some more tickets. So I got a couple extra bucks through PayPal, so I can buy a couple more tickets to support it. So Yeah, don't eat seafood. That's another thing. Yeah, don't eat their like don't eat sushi on a cruise ship. Don't eat their eggs. You have to get stuff like the baked food. Baked food is good. Like if, baked potato. The baked potato is gonna be good, but then you don't put sour cream on it because you don't know how long that sour cream's been sitting out or touched or something else. Yeah, you always eat baked food or really good cooked like steaks and things like that. Yeah. So you essentially have to follow the what's that guy's name? The meat bodybuilder that everyone found out was taking a ton of steroids. you know, um, Liver King. You have to eat like the Liver King diet when you're on a cruise ship. Nothing but baked potatoes and steak. That's it. Mm. Someday I may actually get some pickers and nuggets, take some nice hikes. Haven't been skunked for about 2 years now. That's pretty good. 2 years. That's about. I mean, look, it's been a while since I've been skunked as well. Let me see. Let me see. When was the last time I got skunked? Well, well, I don't want to count this one, but the last time I was skunked was actually Vendetta prospecting, but that was on a bag. It was like a $25, 25-pound bag of Paydirt with, it was just dirt with zero guarantee. And he even tells you he's not going to get any. But Randall Glen, yeah, the last time I got really skunked was Randall Glen. I think I bought their $100 bag for the review and then a $50 bag for the live show. Neither bag had even one speck of gold in it. Randall Glen was really bad. They have since closed though, which is good. So, they did offer to send me 2 more bags though. That was awfully nice of them. Send me some more free dirt, with no gold in it. So, eating in the steakhouse 7 days, paid for it over a year ago. Yeah. Yeah, that's what you got to do. You just got to have the steak or stuff like, baked foods that, you can't even eat like baked macaroni and cheese because, it's too much sauce stuff. But you just have to be careful what you eat, just don't be like, oh, yeah, give me a good scoop of that runny scrambled eggs. Give me a scoop of that. Good Iowa pork chop. I haven't had a pork chop in forever. My kids don't like pork, so I don't really eat it. They like bacon. I will say they like bacon for whatever reason they'll eat bacon, but they won't eat pork chop. So, but yeah, I haven't really been skunked in a while. I will say there is one Paydirt that I think I just got skunked on. I shot a review last month for a Paydirt, a newer Paydirt, and unfortunately my microphone for whatever reason wasn't working, and I didn't realize it, and I don't know why, but the entire video was shot with zero sound. So I couldn't use it. And I was like, well, I'll just buy another one. And I had a secret shopper buy another bag. And I think it's been 2 weeks, 3 weeks now, and it still hasn't shipped. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to get 100% skunked on that one. I will file a claim and get my money back probably, but it was essentially a skunk. So, but all right, let's get the scale, put the board down. And we're going to see how much gold is in here. Now, I will tell you, small disclaimer, for whatever reason, this scale does not like being on this board. So it will jump all around. I'm going to weigh it off camera as well just to see if it matches. But for whatever reason, like I said, this scale on here, the numbers tend to want to fluctuate and start climbing. I don't know if it's just because it's got a spotlight over it or if it's because it's on a flexible board over water. I don't know. Oh, you meant me? Oh. Oh, you mean, natural. Oh, okay. Ooh, the fancy type of panning. The real dirt. Brad, David Stocks picked up some raffle tickets for me. Make sure to put my name on them. Everyone who buys some today off of my live show, they say that we're going to split all the prizes equally. Me having 100%, them getting the ticket back. So, looks to be a speck of something in the bowl. Yeah, maybe. It ain't going to budge nothing, though. There probably is. I was weighing up some gold yesterday, so. I do need to get some more of these because these get all scratched up and they drive me crazy. But I do need to get some more of them. They're like $10 and they come in like a whole bunch of different sizes, but I only use one size, so it drives me crazy. I hate spending $10 for one little weigh boat. So, all right, let's add the gold in. I don't know. Can you see? Yeah, you can see. Yeah, scale's going to jump around. I will reweigh this in a second off camera and off this platform just to see if it's close. But yeah, it's probably, yeah, it's going to keep going up. Where is it? Is it a quarter gram? Yeah. So that's not, if I get a quarter gram off of this as well, I don't think that's an error. But here. Let me weigh it off of the board real quick. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see if it goes back. No, no real difference. I mean, that's kind of weird. I would think, like I said, for eBay, let me see. Yeah. Yeah, even on my table, it's weighing 0.250. So I'm guessing selling them the same price. So I guess if you can get a better deal on the eBay, one of the tips I always tell people if you're buying off of eBay, put it in your cart and then don't buy it and just leave it. And a lot of times sellers will offer you a deal like, oh, if you buy it now, I'll lower the price. I actually had one the other day. I was looking at a guy had a 1 gram bag of Paydirt up there, and he wanted 135 with it shipped, $135. Gold spot was at 132 at the time. And I just put it in my cart because I was like, that's a good deal. That's like a 98% ROI. And the next day I got an offer from him through eBay for $120. I didn't buy it because it sold out before I could get to it, but it's not a bad deal, Yeah, exactly a quarter gram. It's the same as it was for the other bag. I'm guessing they're all going to be a quarter gram. I'm definitely going to have to try one of his bigger bags, though. I'll have to see, because that's a 70% ROI. 70% ROI off a $40 bag of Paydirt. I'll have to definitely try him and get a bigger bag, so. What are we talking about? What kind of food is this? You have a ton of those weigh boats. Where do you get them from? Because the only place I know to get them from is Amazon. And like I said, they come in like a 5-pack of like bigger to smaller, and I only use the biggest one. I would sell more on eBay, but the fees on eBay are just crazy. I mean, I sell on eBay, but I've closed up my store and I've got like, I think 79 items left up there. And once they sell out, I'm done. It's not worth it. Too much trouble. But, all right. It's ugly mug time. Let's pick a winner. If one of the mods want to drop the hidden link before the end of this, so we can give y'all one last second to enter. All right. Or heck, I can do it. But yeah, so Nightbot is going to be dropping the hidden link. And thank you very much, Brian, for dropping it. So go leave a comment if you haven't already. And you get a 1 in 50 chance about that. Let me see how many people have left a comment. Let me go check that real quick. How many people? Let's make sure all the comments are going through. So yeah, so we got all the comments, get the details, get the link. There we go. So make sure you go leave a comment. As always, YouTube and its affiliates have nothing to do with this. Leave a comment. If I pull your name, you must post something in the live chat before the end of the show. And as soon as you post in the live show, in the live chat, we'll go pull your name, pull your prize. And again, there's 50 prizes. You can win everything from a copper round to a signed Miller pan to a half-ounce custom silver bar and a 0.15 gram bag of Paydirt. So that was from Anderson Coins off of eBay. Wait, hold on. Let me see what John... So I Google for them some med supply. Huh. I'll have to look them up and see. I mean, I know I have some more somewhere because last time I bought some, I think I bought like 3 or 4. Anytime I buy something, I always buy like multiple of them, so I don't, if the price goes up or the company stops selling them. So, but I need to order more of the diamond ones, like these. I need to order more of these because I only use them one time. Every time I shoot a video, I throw it away, just in case, like, it's got a little piece of black sand stuck to it or something else. I don't know. It's just my compulsion stuff. So whenever I shoot a video, and I use 4 of them in every video, you go through them quick. You don't think you do, but I just had ordered like 100 of them, and I'm already through like half of them pretty quick. So I need to order like 500 of them and just keep a giant stack. So where is... Oh. Yeah, and thank you for reminding me of that. So yeah, gold spot dropped pretty big today. Gold spot dropped 6.35%, something 6 point something percent today, which is the biggest drop of gold since 2013. So, or April of 2013 to be exact. So really big drop of gold today. I think it was just a lot of people, I think it was just a price adjustment with people selling and stuff like that. I have hundreds. Yeah, I used to buy them. I think the last time I bought them, or the time before last, I bought 500 of them. And then, unfortunately, I had set them on something that was hot, and a lot of them melted. So I got a new order in of 100. I need to just break down and buy like the box of 1,000, so I don't have to worry about it again. India gold buying season ended for this year's week. Yeah, there's more. The housewives of India have more gold than I think the United States put together. India is crazy with their gold. So, if anyone ever goes to war with India and takes it over, the pillaging is going to be ridiculous. Merv Miller. Yeah, Amazon for these. Actually, I get these off of eBay. If you go to my website, millerprospecting.com, I have links to where I get these from off of eBay. Amazon, I get like the other boats, the round ones. But these, the only place I've found like these, I guess you could buy them from a website, but the only place I get these from is off of eBay because they're pretty cheap. Cockatoo Birdman, thank you very much. Need those price drops to restock? Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. So a lot of Paydirt sellers big Paydirt sellers like Brian Thomas Gold has been out of Paydirt pretty much for the last 2 weeks. Because it's just not worth it for a lot of sellers. When you buy gold, I mean, a lot of these Paydirt sellers, like Ferryman Prospecting, these smaller sellers, a lot of them bought like 10, they make 10 bags of Paydirt with 1 gram in each, and they paid $100 for each one. They sold them for 120. They spent $1,000. Now they can't restock. If they only made $1,200, to buy 10 more grams of gold is going to cost them $1,300. So, gold is going up too fast. By it going up so fast, aluminum, make your own boats. No, I don't like aluminum. The aluminum boats, unfortunately, you can't see the gold as well in them, so I just use black, and that would be way too much trouble. So I did have some of these. So I have these boats. They're actually the white triangle boats you see some other channels use, and I just sprayed them with a blue flat. But I didn't like the corners of them. The corners, you can't really see them in this, but the corners have like junk in them, which makes it harder to pour the gold out. And I didn't want to spend, I don't want to spend 4 hours cleaning up a boat that I'm going to use one time and throw away. So, but thank you again, Cockatoo. $13 for 50 is a great deal. So I don't remember what I pay for the black ones off of eBay. I'll have to look, but I do need to probably order some one. Wonder if I can make boats. Well, the problem with that would be, I think resin, the gold's going to stick to it too much. It's typically why I like these. The gold tends to just fall out of them pretty easy. So, but all right, let's get rid of the gold. Let's shrink down the ugly mug. Move the panning cam. We're going to pull one name. Now, again, if I pull your name, you must post something in live chat before the end of the show. Once you post your name, we will then go to the wheel and give something away. So let's go. Shrink down the ugly mug. Let me do this. This goes here. All right, let's make sure. Yep. So there we go. Best website on the interweb, millerprospecting.com. My last 3 videos up. Andy K's 2-pound unsearched bag, the Sin City Outdoors golden dirt bag, another people that reward their 495,000 subs with a crappy bag of Paydirt, and my birthday present to myself. And by the way, that birthday present was part of a birthday present from one of my really good Patreon members, Clint. So if you ever see Clint in chat, make sure you thank him. It's only because of him that I managed to do all 3 of those bags for Aussie Paydirt. He helped me out with that. So thank you very much, Clint, for that. So, and then, like I said, if you go to my shop for the stuff, I think I have the boats on here. Yeah. So I have the links to the boat, the scales, all the stuff I use in any of my videos. My Frankfurt scale, which, by the way, this scale, the Frankfurt scale, is the best scale. I've used a whole bunch of them. I have all the little ones. I have the ones you see everyone using, the little orange ones that look like they're, tough ones that, can handle a fall. I've tried all of them. None of them are as consistent as this one where they don't fluctuate a big amount. So the pans I use, 10-inch, 14. I only really use the 10-inch. 14 I no longer use. My camera I use, microphone. I don't use this microphone anymore. I have to swap that out. I totally forgot. But all right, let's do the comment. I think I still have the link here. Yeah, I do. There we go. How many are there? Let's see. Good luck to everyone, and thank you all for joining the live show. I really do appreciate it. So here we go. How many comments? 48. So you actually, look, 1 in 48 chance. I've been saying 1 in 50 all night. You actually have a 1 in 48. Again, you must post something in live chat. Let's see who it is. Jason G. 1 in 50. I don't think so. We're all winners with Dylan's show. Every time you doubt yourself, Jason, last time when you said, oh, I'm not going to win the gold guessing contest because I'm not in town, you won. So you need to doubt yourself all the time because you just won, Jason. So, Jason, as soon as we see you post something in the live chat, we'll send you a prize. We'll pick your prize and see what it is. Now, you might have used up all your good luck just winning. We'll have to see what good luck you get for that. So, yeah, that's the same thing. Like the 3D pans, 3D printing, it does tend to leave those really fine edges, so you'll just trap gold. Yeah, static electricity as well. So, I will sometimes, these do get static electricity on them, these black ones, if I reuse them, which is one of the reasons why I don't reuse them. So he wins a lot, I suspect, witchcraft. So, well, he hasn't posted. Did he post? Yeah, there you go. So there you posted. I will go through all the prizes first before we do it. So I guess top prize is a 0.15 gram bag of Anderson coin and Paydirt, the half-ounce silver Cajun bullion hexagon. We have a quarter-ounce silver, 5-gram dinosaur silver. Those things are really cool. I gave one to Liz's daughter, and she really liked it, and it was really cool because we opened up the box for it. I have some random silver quarters. These are the silver quarters. Some random 90% silver quarters, some random silver dimes, some Mexican pesos, a Kazakhstan copper nugget, some gold copper thing. You do not want to win the gold coated copper thing. I got that off of Whatnot. I think I spent like $30 on it. You do not want to win that, but I don't want it. I think it's got some bad mojo on it or something that I bought it for $30, so I'm trying to give it away. Got a Florida halfback, some NGC coins. I don't know, another Whatnot thing that I don't know. I must have been half awake. Some Miller Prospecting signed gold pans, Miller Prospecting keychains, some sticker packs, and then a lot of copper rounds. So we're going to shuffle this up, see what Jason won. So we're going to put it on a copper round. So we're going to wait until it's on a copper round before we hit the button. Or no, we're going to wait until it's a good prize. Here, we'll wait until it's a good prize because I think it always comes around. So we'll do right at the, there we go. So we did it on the half ounce because it usually ends, I think, right where it started. So we'll see. Oh, maybe not. Oh, you got a random silver dime. So you got some silver. There you go. Congratulations, Jason. I have your address. I don't need. So I can just ship that out to you. And I will ship that out tomorrow to you. We will remove. Well, I don't even need to remove it because I have more of them. So, but congratulations, Jason. And again, Miller Prospecting website, best website ever, top 10. I am going to be updating the top 10 this month. Again, I need to go through it again. I update it once a month, but I haven't done it yet this month. So there might be some shakeups. Brian Thomas Gold, Gold Bay is really jacking up his prices. A lot of these sellers are unfortunately out of stock. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I might have to make it a top 5. If sellers don't have stuff in stock, I don't want them on my top 10, but I also don't want to put companies that shouldn't be on the top 10. So we'll see. But there we go. Ugly mug time. Jason, congratulations. Thanks for joining the show. Thank you for being a Patreon member. All those good things. And thank everyone who is a Patreon member. I have a lot of mods. You can see they're all Patreon members. Hope you hit the mega ball tonight. Yeah, if you hit the mega ball, let me know so I don't have to send you that silver dime. I mean, you won too much already. So, but yeah, so I have a video coming out Saturday. It's either going to be one of 2 videos. It's either going to be why you should be buying gold and how you should be buying gold, even if you can't afford it. So even if you can't afford gold, I might have a video where I can tell you why you should be buying gold and how you should be buying it. And if not, then I will be doing a video about Clash versus everyone else's bucket and why you might not want to. I know you're all dying to buy one of Clash's $50,000 buckets, but I'm going to do the math to show you why you shouldn't buy a Clash bag of $50,000 bucket of Paydirt and all the ones you should be buying instead. So one of those 2 videos will be coming out Saturday. Next Tuesday, I don't remember who we're panning out, but we're panning out somebody off the shelf of wonder. Somebody over here. I don't know who it's going to be. Maybe because I think, isn't next Tuesday the last Tuesday of the month? Let's see. Yeah, so next Tuesday will be the last day. So next Tuesday, here, let me write this down. Next Tuesday, we will pan out Brad's bucket. Just so, Brad, remind me to pan your Paydirt out next Tuesday. I have a quarter-gram bag of Brad's Bucket Paydirt. We're going to pan that out next Tuesday. I also have a 1 gram too. So we'll pan out either the 1 gram or the quarter-gram, and then I'll promote your food pantry raffle as well during the whole live show. So just remind me. Maybe I'll pan out the 1 gram and then give away the quarter-gram. Just not even do the wheel. So I don't know. We'll see. But we're going to be doing some Brad's Bucket next Tuesday to help promote his food pantry raffle, giveaway, whatever it might be called. Whatever legal version it is. So you got to bring the wheel back. The wheel is back. So the wheel is back for Patreon. Unfortunately, with Patreon, it can't be the main prize. With Patreon, it has to be the gold guessing. Winner takes the one prize. But this month, like I said, this month there is a wheel, but there's only one prize on the wheel this month. So for the Patreon members, if you come in, like everyone's involved, I'm pretty sure. I'll have to double check the video, so don't quote me on this. But I think everyone that is a Patreon member who guessed, yeah, will get one chance. I'll pull one name, and they win an Australian nugget. So it's no wheel for prizes, but it'll be a wheel for who wins. So don't pan the serotonin. No, anything that's on this shelf, on the brown shelves, are never being panned. Those are all bags of Paydirt that I bought from either people that have YouTube channels or just very special to my heart, or they're sellers like Lynch Mining who have sold out and no longer or are sellouts, but that never are in stock anymore. So PA Patriot Custom I Pan for Gold is no longer in stock. You know, Home Zoo and Prospecting. You know, there's a lot of good ones up here. You can't get them. So yeah, I'm definitely not panning the serotonin. I think the serotonin though is the only one up there that's got, like, I have no idea how much gold is in it. So if not a mega ball, if you hit the mega ball tonight, I'll buy you a gold claim. I don't want a gold claim. I'm disabled. What am I doing with a gold claim? My wheelchair won't get through the gold claim. I don't use a wheelchair, but you know, just buy me a bag of Paydirt. Buy me a bag of Paydirt. I'll be happier with a bag of Paydirt. I'll pretend like it came from a claim. No, but I'm going to get out of here, everyone. Like, again, Saturday, I will have 1 or 2 videos coming out. And I think Sunday I have a video. So Sunday I should have a second video. I might have 2 videos this week. I just have to edit one of them. It is shot and done. I just have to edit it. So it'll probably be 2 videos. But Saturday I will have a video coming out. Then next Tuesday, we're going to pan out some Brad's Bucket, because Brad's Bucket is trying to help a food pantry. And I really want everyone to help a food pantry, because I love food pantries, because that's why I'm fat. I go to all the food pantries, eat all their food up, which I don't do that. So yeah, so next Tuesday, we're going to be panning out some Brad's Bucket Paydirt. I might give away some Brad's Bucket Paydirt. I don't know. We'll work out something. But that's going to be it. I'm going to go. Thank you, everyone, for joining the show. I really do appreciate you all being here. Thank you all for being my Patreon members. Make sure if you are a Patreon member or not, I do a daily ROI chart. If you're a Patreon member, check them out. You can really get some good deals on there. 100% ROIs. There was a 100% ROI yesterday for a 1 gram bag of Paydirt. There's nobody else selling 1 gram bags of Paydirt with 100% ROI. I don't know if it's still 100% today, but we'll see tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll do another daily ROI. But I'm out of here, everyone. Thank you very much for joining the show. Stephen Curry, thank you for being here. Jason G, Those Left Behind, Weez and Geezer, all my mods, thank you all for being here.